Hey friends, Todd Chipman here from Midwestern Seminary Masters Community Church. I want to think with you about wrapping up a sermon series. Pastor, don't waste your last words in a sermon series. Let me use an acrostic here for you to think about wrapping up a sermon series. Just read, R-E-A-D. You want to keep your folks reading. You want to be reading. So let's begin with R. Review the entire series. In that last sermon, maybe it's a specific review sermon. You've covered the entire book, or it's the last few verses. I'm wrapping up First John at my church, the Masters Community Church, this week, and we are wrapping up this series. We've been in First John all summer. Before this, we were in the Gospel of John. Before that, Revelation. You get the pattern. Before that, Daniel. Everything has a purpose here. It's been running together. So I have an opportunity here in wrapping up First John to review macro themes from John's Gospel and from Revelation, especially the chasm that's fixed between believers and those who are of the world, the spiritual battle that's going on. I'll be able to express all of those ideas and review those macro themes. Folks will hear me reference John's Gospel and Revelation here as I'm looking at the last few verses of First John. So review. Next, evangelize in light of the whole series. We often evangelize in light of just a phrase or a verse, or we get right to the cross. Wonderful. Try to help unbelievers see the big ideas that are there, how all this fits together so that they can understand the coming of Christ, his life, death, resurrection in light of the whole of Scripture. That will undergird their faith. Ultimately, we want to take them back to the Word. So you have an opportunity unique when you end a series to do that. Third, apply. Try to apply the big ideas here. For instance, if you're wrapping up a series in Hebrews, you come to the last couple of paragraphs, you're going to try to review the great shepherd of the sheep who with the blood of the eternal covenant, Jesus as a shepherd, his blood that's shed still there speaks better things than Abel's. You have an opportunity to apply what Jesus has done and to apply the atoning sacrifice of Jesus to folks right there. You also, there at the end of Hebrews, the author speaks about bearing with this word of exhortation. You have an opportunity to apply those exhortations that the author made in chapter 4, in chapter 10, about not forsaking the assembling together, enduring together, all those kinds of ideas. You have a unique opportunity to do big picture application and let that impact folks. Review, evangelize, apply, and finally, develop leaders. Think about how this sermon series can be an opportunity for you to cast a vision for church leadership. For others, God is calling to be preachers or teachers. You have an opportunity to model hermeneutics there, and also to help folks think about church structure and ecclesiology. How does all this series apply to our weekly gatherings, to our small groups, to discipleship, to women's ministry, to men's ministry, to children's ministry? Think about developing leaders. So as you wrap up a series, don't waste your words. Read, review, evangelize, apply, develop leaders. Hey, for more sermon spotlights, go to biblicalstudiestoday.com. For more information on preaching classes, hermeneutics classes, biblical studies, mbts.edu. See you next time.